And they hear us talking about how great the economy is. And what I hear an awful lot, and I know you hear an awful lot, I hear younger Americans saying, I'm not seeing that. I can't even afford to rent a house, let alone buy one.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I would put myself in that category, honestly. There's no real alternative that's saying, you know, hey, I will attend to your needs, because the Democratic Party has essentially, I believe, for many years now, and this is not a new phenomenon, it has taken the votes for granted of both black people, people of color in general, and young people. That hasn't changed. And as these numbers really start to deteriorate for Joe Biden, you would hope that there would be more tension there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the last time she'll be invited on MSNBC. Before we dive into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. You have to be subscribed. Just click it really quick, and don't forget to share so we can help get it out there. Now, this is Myra Gay, I believe that's how you say her name correctly, from the New York Times, and this will be the last time she'll be invited on the show, because what happened? She told it 1,000% correct, authentic, straight shooter, clear cut and dry. And this is the thing, the Democratic Party as a whole completely takes advantage of black voters as well as the Hispanic vote. And that's why they're going the other way, because they can see what it is. They make all these promises and never deliver on any of them. But the blacks as a demographic is the only race, the only ethnicity that votes predominantly in one direction over every single other race and nationality, period. It's just them. They have been almost into this thing, like as soon as you're born, this is the way you need to think. This is the way you need to go. Therefore, us, the other side is racist, white supremacists. You can't be for them. Even though they forget, wasn't Martin Luther King Jr., wasn't he a Republican? Who's the one who freed the slaves? Wasn't that person a Republican? Who invented, who backed the KKK? Do they ever look into anything like that? No, they'll never look into the actual facts. They'll never look into the people that fought against freeing the slaves. Do they ever look into anything like that? You'll never go into history and really look at everything clear cut, black and white. They don't want to do that. They have a stranglehold on these individuals, the Democrat Party, and they know it. That's why they can say all this stuff and say, listen, we can pencil to easily have them show up and vote for us. And you see that time and time again. They tell you one thing and they don't deliver. Look at what they're doing with all the illegals. They're just dropping them off, and they have where's the assistance? Where's Joe? Where's Kamala? The amazing Kamala. You have all these people complaining in these inner cities. Look at what's going on with all of these inner cities. Places in New York, Minneapolis, Detroit, Atlanta. Are any of these places improving? No, they're declining. They're getting worse and worse. So what are they actually doing for you? Some of the kids that are in the public education system, the public education system is abysmal. Almost the worst in the world, and the money that is spent for a pupil far outweighs all these other places like Norway and any other place in China, Australia. The amount of money they spend per pupil way outweighs what these other countries spend, and they're doing a hell of a lot better. That's because they're actually teaching the kids life things, qualities of life that they can actually use. Not all this other stuff like, man, you have to understand what white rage is. You have to be able to identify, are the cops really after you? Should you be down this street? Should you be wearing this hoodie? All this nonsense that the kids will never use. Everybody is the same. Some people are dealt a better hand. If I have a family that owns Apple, or my father owns Tesla, say my dad's Elon, I'm going to have it a little bit easier financially. If he's the parent that wants to just give me the money. A lot of parents don't. But there's no white privilege. What the hell is that supposed to mean? That would mean that there's no white homeless individual. If anybody is homeless that's white, how come they're not using their privilege to get out of the situation? What about any white person that's locked up? Why not go up to the guards and say, I want to use my white privilege card. I know it says unlimited, so I'm going to use it at this moment in time, and they'll open the gates and let them out. How come that doesn't happen? It's all a boogeyman. It's all fictitious. It's all science fiction. It's all false. And this is the message they pump out to these people on a daily basis.
America's ready, in John's words, to lay down, quote, the heavy burden of hate at last, and to end the hard work of rooting out our systemic racism.
But that's what they campaign and they run on. They go in front of all these people and say, listen, we're going to end racism. All of this stuff. How do you configure that? How does that all, what are the final results of ending racism? What does that actually mean? When this is the best country by far that they can be in. Do you want to go live in Pakistan? Do you want to go live in Beijing, Australia? You are more than welcome to go somewhere in Kenya, Egypt, go any of these places. They'll gladly have you. Go to Brazil. If America's so bad, why do you want to live here? Why do millions of people, as you can see like clockwork, going through all of this stuff, trafficking and all that just to get up to live here? What does that tell you if the place is so bad? But they got these individuals brainwashed, and this is what this young lady is stating. They take advantage of the vote. They make all these empty promises. We're going to do this and that. They don't do nothing. Then they line right back up and they say, here, another 4 years, vote for me again. And that's when Trump had the famous line when he went up there, what do you have to lose?
Look how much African American communities have suffered under Democratic control. To those I say the following: what do you have to lose?
So he was 1,000% right back then, even saying that. So this young woman, I believe this will be, you won't be seeing her too often now for stating something like this on national TV, on the news, if you want to call it the news. This isn't the message that they want to pump out. The message they want to pump out is, look at all the stuff that we've done for you guys, but these people are racist, so you can't vote for them. They're all about white supremacy. But once the people actually pull back, you don't need to think one way or other. Just think objectively, have a mind of your own. When you do that and you actually look at it, like, what have you guys honestly done? And I would love for one of them to sit up there and say, what have you guys done for us? Can you please name off just 2 things? They will not be able to do it whatsoever because they do nothing for them, and then they say line back up in another 4 years to vote for us all over again. Your communities suck, the school system sucks, the jobs suck, the locations, just everything, and the kids and all that follow, and it's a perpetual cycle of generations and generations, and it's not getting any better. It's not staying here, it's not going up, it's decreasing every single year and slowly getting worse. And now people are finally starting to wake up and look at it and say, damn, they really don't do nothing for us.
Hush up, boy.
But y'all let me know. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night, but I really wish they would look into the Klan. I really wish they would look into Martin Luther King Jr., even his message, by judging somebody by their character, not by the color of their skin. Is that what's happening right now? So people that want to walk around and Martin Luther King and all that, you guys don't even follow what he was saying. What he was saying, you completely ignore. You think that everything is by color, that the police are out to get you and all. Why don't you look at this stuff case by case? Why was George Floyd, being he's such this magical figure, I was just talking about him the other day, why don't you look at why he was even involved with the police in the first place? Why don't you look at any of this stuff objectively? No, why were these kids, why did the police all over these kids over here in this neighborhood? Oh, maybe because they just knocked over a store? But then if it's a white person or if it's a Samoan or we're just going to turn our head. We're not going to talk about that. But the golden opportunity is when a white police officer and then a black individual, then here we go. They're the fireworks. They need to get this thought out of their head. And once they pull back away from that, they can think freely, because mentally they're enslaved. And that's probably even worse than actually being a slave, is being mentally stuck, because all you do is pass this down to your kids and they grow up the same exact way. But you guys let me know. Maybe I'm tripping. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You gotta be subscribed to this great channel. And don't forget to share so we can get it out there. And I will catch you guys on the next one.